Have you ever found yourself in a situation where a person dear to you or a loved one experiences a traumatic loss and you don't know what to say or do? You're worried that what you say might actually make things worse, that somehow you're going to make them feel even worse than they are. Well, you're not alone in feeling that way. And I want to tell you, it's not your fault. Now, I know that you're a compassionate person because you're actually watching this. But unfortunately, it's not always just the thought that counts. Nobody can see in your mind. So actions are required. Well, what actions should you take? We don't learn this stuff in school. At least I never did. But the fact is that these difficult topics are super important. And now our ability to handle these situations are vital. It's estimated that US businesses alone have a $75 billion loss in revenue a year due to issues that can be related to grief. 75 billion. What if it didn't have to be this way? What if you actually knew exactly what to say? What if you knew exactly how to act? My name is Tanya, and I know all too well what it's like to be the griever in desperate need of support. But I also know what it's like to stand on the outside, desperately wanting to help someone and not knowing what to do. In February 2016, my entire reality shattered. I was away on a business trip when I had the worst phone call of my life. My youngest daughter, completely out of the blue, passed away. And I realized all too well the significant impact that the lack of support has on the grieving process. Now I want to make it clear, I had a lot of people around me that loved me, that wanted to support me. And they tried. They just didn't know how to. And I didn't know how to tell them. I was not able to let them know how they could support me. And I realized I wish somebody else could do that for me. And I made it a mission to help bridge the gap between the people who need support and the people who are so desperately wanting to give it. So I've created this course. In this course, we're going to go through 10 modules, which you can do at your own pace. But I recommend setting aside 20 minutes a day so that you can first watch the short video and then head on over into the workbook where you can reflect on what you've learned. It's very important that we reflect on the information. If we only watch the video, then most likely about 80% of it will soon be forgotten. But by going into the workbook and reflecting, you'll be able to solidify it in a much better way. And in the different modules, we're first going to look at what grief really is. We'll look at how the different stages and phases of grief impact us and how each of the different phases requires its own catered support. Then we'll characterize the second circle of grief, the difference between the inner circle, the closest people to the deceased, and then expanding on, and what it's actually like to give support from the outside. We'll go deep into the 3 biggest do's and the 3 biggest don'ts of support, giving you actionable, tangible tools that you can utilize in your own support. We'll build that on and nurture your own soft skills, enhancing your capabilities. We'll specifically look at how and when the best time to engage with a person in grief. And then we'll look at our own healing and acceptance, reflecting on the scars that you might have. Because we all have wounds in our life. We all have traumatic experiences. And the fact is, even if you've never experienced significant loss or you don't know anybody who has, unfortunately, the only certain thing in life, as we know it, is death. So if it hasn't happened, I'm sorry to tell you, it will. So by going through this course, you can be prepared. And that makes all the difference. Now, the way the course is set up, you can completely do it at your own pace. And you will have lifetime access, which means that you can go back and take the course as many times as you want. And if there's any specific section you want to go back and repeat, you're more than welcome to do that. In fact, I encourage it. But as I already mentioned, I do recommend following the course day by day initially, so that it's easier to retain the information. But I also want to tell you that even though you can do this at your own pace, you do not have to do it alone. We have a dedicated Facebook group that'll be there to support you and where you can help support the others. Because together we'll create a community, like-minded souls. And there also will be a monthly Q&A with me where you can ask any questions that might come up on your journey. So I hope that you'll join me in this course on this empowering journey that will make you not just able to support your loved ones, but it will make you more empathic and compassionate, better equipped to support yourself as well as anybody else that you meet. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Even if you choose not to sign up for the course, I truly hope that you got good value out of this short introduction. My goal is to open up the conversations around grief and hard topics like death. I want to take it out of the shadows of taboo and bring it into the light. I truly believe that if we learn to support each other better, we will all have better lives. And I believe that it's more important now than ever. So thank you for your attention. And hopefully I've at least planted a little seed within you that will make you want to explore how you can be more empathic in your daily life. And lastly, I want to leave you with this. We all have deep wounds from traumatic experiences and tragedies in our own life. And although time helped those wounds heal, many of them leave deep scars. But I truly believe if you embrace your scars, you will heal beautifully.